Hello losers, today's video is going to be on hypnotist Sappho. Now Sappho is a YouTuber who is most known for making a coming out video as a zoo. For those who don't know, a zoo, I cannot say the full word, is a person who is attracted to animals inappropriately. Now, before she came out as a zoo, she was mostly known for roleplay therapy, specifically hypno roleplay therapy, I think it was called, and it was mostly NSFW. Now that's not bad in itself, but it became bad when she came in contact with a person known as Gray. At the time they started talking and role-playing, they were in a very emotional state as they had just broken up with their boyfriend, I think it was, and they were also 16, a minor. So she basically just took advantage of their emotional stability, and then she eventually, once it came out, she tried to blame Gray for it, saying that they were trying to ruin her reputation. Which is funny because this wasn't even her first time having inappropriate actions with a minor. But what really got her noticed was her coming out video where she admitted to being a zoo. And then she went on to comparing it to gays coming out in the 1950s. There is literally no connection between liking someone the same gender as you, a person who can consent, and then an animal who cannot consent. There is no connection there. Those things don't even fucking line up in the same fucking thing, bitch. That is definitely a huge fucking difference. Then, when a whole bunch of videos and stuff started coming out about her, she then went on to mock her haters, which she called them, and make a video, something about zoophile pride. I don't know if that word's gonna get me in trouble, but a zoo pride video where it's just her model, or whatever the fuck you call it, dancing and then flipping the viewers off or whatever. And then she went on to try to make an organization for zoo acceptance. I'm not really sure what went on with that whole thing, but I know her and a bunch of other people were working on this, and then they made a whole site and everything. I'm not quite sure how that ended. And then a little while after that, I believe it was, she tweeted about one of her friends who committed sewerslide, and that she has been drinking, doing a bunch of shit and stuff, which I believe is just to gain pity, because that friend eventually came back and said that she was actually alive and that her parents had had her phone taken away. Which, I don't know which is more concerning, either how she's trying to get pity and shit, or how young that person is, considering that they're old enough to have their parents take their phone away. And then Sappho went on to try to blame that person's parents, saying that they invited Sappho to her funeral or whatever, which that person came out and said wasn't true. And then Sappho came out as a MAP, a minor attracted person, which is basically a pedophile. I know that word will probably get me in trouble, but whatever. And then she was banned from Twitter. And then she deleted her YouTube and posted on a website that she was getting help and that she's no longer a zoophile or a MAP, which would have been great. But then she went on to post an aggressive message saying that her haters, or the children calling her out, won't do anything, that she's been in a mental ward, saying that the people that called her out are pathetic, all of that stuff. Then, a little while later, she went on to upload again on YouTube on July 27th, saying that she was rebranding, and then she made a video admitting to the things that she's done. Then, most recently, a recording of her in a VR game got leaked or something like that, and she got banned. Then she went on making a post saying that she was going to take her own life and a ton of other things, which I still believe is to get petty, and you'll see why later. Then she posted a picture of a firearm in her car, and then everything went quiet for a while, and then a user named Lazarus posted that Sappho was indeed not alive, and then Sappho's partner would go on to also post on Twitter that she did commit sewerslide. And then, after September 15th, Sappho then decided to post on Twitter, which is why I thought all of that shit back there was bullshit. On September 15th, she then decided to post on Twitter saying that she will be back. So, all of that shit was just a big fuck you and fake. She never did change like she said she was going to, and she probably never will. And I really hope she doesn't come back and that she stays the fuck away, because we don't need her here. We don't want her here, whether she actually got help or not, which personally I don't think she did. Anyway, I just wanted to update you guys on that. I don't even know if I actually made a video on her or not, but that's all the time I have for right now. So good night, good morning.